Welcome back to Future Bike Zone. The 2026 Yamaha YZF R9 is finally here, and it feels like Yamaha took all the complaints, all the wishes, and all the expectations from riders who loved the R7 but wanted something more aggressive, more powerful, and more technologically advanced, then blended those desires into a bike that fills the gap between the lightweight supersport and the leader-class monster. The R9 is not just an evolution, it is Yamaha's fresh attempt to revive the mid-range supersport category that has been fading away in recent years due to emissions restrictions and changing rider demographics. People wanted a bike that was exciting without being intimidating, powerful without being too expensive, modern without losing its soul. And this is exactly what the R9 tries to be. Powered by a revised 890 cubic centimeters CP3 triple engine that Yamaha borrowed from the MT-09 but tuned differently, the R9 produces an estimated 118 to 125 horsepower depending on market and tuning variations. The torque remains one of the strongest aspects of the CP3 platform, delivering quick low-end punch followed by a thrilling surge in the mid-range that makes the bike feel alive, especially when climbing through the gears. Yamaha focused on making the power delivery linear and usable, not just impressive on paper. Riders coming from smaller bikes will appreciate the tractability, while experienced riders will love how effortlessly this engine picks up speed. The triple character remains raw, thrilling, and distinctive, the kind of sound that's instantly recognizable and emotionally engaging. That throaty bark when you open the throttle is something Yamaha fans know very well. A 6-speed transmission with a bi-directional quickshifter comes standard, making shifts smooth and fast even when the bike is leaned over mid-corner. Yamaha refined the slipper clutch to reduce wheel hop, enabling more confidence during aggressive downshifts. For a midweight supersport, this balance of mechanical refinement and pure aggression is exactly what makes the R9 worth paying attention to. It gives a sensation of performance that you normally expect from larger bikes but with far less intimidation. Riders who felt the R6 was too demanding and the R7 too calm will find this bike sitting perfectly in the middle, creating a riding experience that is both fast and forgiving. The chassis is one of the biggest changes Yamaha made over the R7 platform. The R9 gets an upgraded aluminum frame with increased rigidity, while maintaining controlled flex in critical areas to enhance cornering feel. A sharper rake and shorter wheelbase contribute to quick turn-in, while new geometry allows the bike to stay stable at high velocity. Suspension consists of fully adjustable USD forks in the front and an adjustable monoshock in the rear. Yamaha wants riders to fine-tune the R9 whether they're commuting, carving twisties, or spending their weekends on track days. Out of the box, the suspension setup is sporty but surprisingly compliant, which is good news for riders who actually take their bikes on the street, and not just to the circuit. Braking performance is strong and predictable with dual 298mm discs at the front paired with radially mounted calipers. Yamaha added cornering ABS powered by the new 6-axis IMU, which also controls traction control, wheelie control, slide control, and launch control. The electronic suite is programmable, enabling riders to switch modes depending on skill or road conditions. Beginners can tone down the aggression, while experts can push closer to the edge with minimal intrusion. Rider aids are becoming standard on modern performance motorcycles, but Yamaha's tuning tends to strike a nice balance between safety and freedom, allowing riders to feel connected to the bike instead of feeling like the computer is taking over. Design-wise, the R9 takes clear inspiration from the R1, with its aerodynamic fairing, aggressive LED headlights, and central air duct delivering a sharp and futuristic look. Yamaha didn't want to create a sporty street bike, they wanted a motorcycle that looks like it belongs on the track the moment you see it. The bodywork has been slimmed down, improving airflow and reducing drag. While looks are subjective, it's hard to deny that the R9 visually fits into the current generation of Yamaha supersports. The fuel tank has been sculpted to allow better knee grip, giving riders more control during transitions. Ergonomics favor a sporty riding position, but Yamaha has softened it just enough to avoid the extreme discomfort that bikes like the R6 were known for. Riders will still feel aggressive, they will still feel connected to the machine, but long rides are no longer torture. Yamaha equipped the R9 with a large, full-color TFT display with smartphone connectivity and app integration. Riders can monitor ride modes, telemetry, battery health, fuel range, and even customize electronic settings from their phones. Yamaha is fully embracing digital integration because it knows riders are tired of outdated LCD displays that look like they came from a 90s calculator. Tech matters, and in 2026, a proper supersport needs to feel connected, intelligent, and modern. Weight plays a massive role in how the R9 performs, and Yamaha set an ambitious target of around 190 kilograms wet. That figure makes it lighter than many middleweight street bikes and aligns it with its competitors. The combination of torque-rich engine and low weight results in fast acceleration and agile handling. Yamaha wants riders to feel confident, not overwhelmed. The R9 feels like the type of machine you can ride hard even if you don't have years of racing experience. The aerodynamics help stabilize the bike during acceleration, minimizing lift and improving stability. The side fairing channels wind around the bike, reducing turbulence on the rider's helmet and shoulders. The R9 will be positioned as a mid-range supersport, and pricing reflects that. Yamaha is expected to launch the bike at an estimated price of around $11,500 to $12,000 internationally, and closer to 2.8 to 3.2 million PKR in markets like Pakistan depending on taxes and import duties. This places it significantly below most leader bikes while making it a more premium and performance-oriented upgrade over the R7. Considering the hardware, electronics, and performance, the price makes sense. Yamaha is not selling this bike cheap, but it isn't overpricing it either. It sits in a sweet spot where enthusiasts can justify spending, especially when they want something faster than a 700 but don't want to jump into a 1000. Fuel economy is not the priority, but with smart tuning and ride modes, it can return reasonable mileage for everyday riding. Riders can switch to eco mode for city use, while sport or track mode unleashes the full performance potential. Yamaha knows modern riders want versatility. A bike that only shines on weekends is no longer appealing to everyone. The R9 is meant to be exciting in every situation, not just during 10-second bursts on a straight line. Riding experience is arguably the biggest selling point. The CP3 engine makes the bike feel alive in ways that inline-fours simply don't. There is a strong emotional connection between rider and machine. When you accelerate, the triple vibrates, growls, and howls. The sound is not just noise, it's personality. And when you combine that sound with a rigid yet flickable chassis, strong brakes, and electronic support that doesn't feel intrusive, you get a motorcycle that feels intuitive and rewarding. Riders can push harder with less fear because the bike feels predictable. Even when traction breaks loose, electronics keep things under control without killing the fun. Ultimately, the 2026 Yamaha YZF R9 offers riders a unique blend of raw power, modern electronics, refined engineering, and aggressive design. It brings excitement back into the mid-weight performance category. It isn't trying to be the fastest bike on the planet, it's trying to be the most fun motorcycle you can realistically ride every day. The price is competitive, the performance is electrifying, and the styling is premium. For many riders, this will be the perfect motorcycle, the sweet spot, the middle ground between practicality and passion, and a reason to get excited about sport bikes again.